This episode of Nerds Gone Rogue is brought to you by Killers. All John ever wanted was to be normal, but the grisly murder of his parents when he was just a child left something terrible brewing inside him. John was a killer, a fact he'd accepted as he now lived on the streets, looking for a place he belonged in this world. On a night that seemed like fate, while on a train heading west, a stranger intervenes as John is on the verge of his most recent crime. His name is Professor James Conrad, and he asks John to come live with him and a group of young serial killers he has taken under his wing. Together they search for a purpose in their murderous ways. It isn't long after a new sadistic serial killer begins to terrorize Seattle, and throwing a wrench into all they are trying to accomplish. Time seems to be running out for the group to find the answers they are searching for. Where will they go? What is their purpose? And with the killing closing in, who will survive the night? Written by C. Benjamin Doyle, Killers is available now on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Get your copy today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Arsenal X, NGR Radio's Xbox podcast. As always, we threw up the X. Yes, because we're about to throw down. I'm your host, Eddie V. Joining me today, as always, is the wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas. Hello. And Bossman himself, my bro him, I love him, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
I'm here.
Woohoo! Yes.
Oh, that's your thing on Power Block. Oops.
No, it's there for everything. So, yes. So we got a great show planned for you guys. Some good news, a great topic, and I was actually talking to Jesse about this earlier in the weekend. I actually kind of asked him for permission for this question, so we will actually get into it for our Arsenal exchange. But before we go on to that, we have to address the elephant in the room. So everybody knows, we normally at this part we talk about what's been in our arsenal, and for episode of Squad Goals that will be coming forward, I was talking to Boss Man, actually, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
3 episodes.
Oh, no?
3 episodes of Squad Goals.
Yes. I was talking to Boss Man, and, we was getting ready to do Gears of War. A certain title got mentioned, and it was available for being free for a while. And I struggled. I gave my opinion. But unfortunately, I gave in. Because I'm a team player, and this is what Squad Goes. What in the heck is Player Unknown Battlegrounds? Why is it garbage? The Hades that I play, but the 2 frames per second, the pop-in textures, and it crashed on me and kicked me out. When I got back in, it killed me. So we're going to address this before we get into what's been in our arsenal. This garbage.
It's in the preview program.
It's
not finished.
Garbage.
It's not finished.
I don't care.
You should care because it's not finished.
I don't care if it was the leading choir director for Trump Choir University.
What?
This is garbage.
No, it's fun. It's a good time.
I still have it on my system because I'm still going to play the game while it's free because it's for Squad Goals. I love Jesse and my boss man. I love playing games with them. We have fun.
Shout out to Pat too, who joined us.
And Pat, yes, thank you for joining us. You're going to hear mostly Corey and Pat and Jesse talk, I shut up my mouth because I'm too focused. And they sat back with entertainment as I yelled and complained about this garbage.
Comedy gold.
And you know,
NGRradio.com/squad goals. Or youtube.com/NGRradio. Check it out. It's good. It's coming out in the next couple weeks. It's going to be a good time.
And the vehicles may make another appearance in this
coming up episode. If you kill me with one more vehicle, Jesse, I swear to God, I'm going to shoot you. I'm just gonna take the pan or the crowbar or whatever melee weapon I find and just chase you down and beat you.
Hop in the car and run me over with it.
I pretty much was upset about this. It's garbage. I'm just like, we're not doing nothing.
We can't call a game garbage. It's not out yet. Technically, you just can't do that.
Your game is out when you charge me for it.
You got it for free,
Even
though.
It's free. Even though it's free, you put a $40 game out to charge folks.
But it's so much fun. It's in the preview game, preview program. You don't have to buy it yet. You don't have to buy it at all.
I'm going to.
You can go on your phone and play it for free if you want to.
Yeah.
Always.
You can play that other game, that other version, Fortnite.
I'm not playing that neither. Battle Royale games, I'm staying away from. There's no fun in them for me.
What if they made Contra Battle Royale? Would you play it?
It's just going to be Contra.
Yeah. But, like, you drop 100 bro dudes into an 8-bit setting.
You go play Contra one, and then you tell me how.
No, you know what happened when we played Super C when you came over and we played it on the Super Nintendo Classic. You saw what happened.
Yeah, I got further. You just died.
I'm very good at dying in video games, guys. That's one thing I'm good at.
So
it was so much fun though. Like I love I know squad goals is just so much fun. Doing squad goals every weekend with you guys is so much fun, and it's like, and I know we were making fun of PUBG and Ed thinking it was garbage and whatever. That's always a good time. But when we're playing through the Halo campaigns together, or Ed and I started Gears of War Ultimate Edition campaign. And we're eventually going to make our way through the Gears and the rest of the Halo games and stuff.
And Siege is fun. I enjoy Rainbow Siege.
Yeah, and Siege is fun. And Jesse and I have played more PUBG and Fortnite and stuff. And we have plans on the Division and stuff. We still need to figure out what we're doing for that. Maybe we'll just do a 4-hour live stream or something at one point, just to because my Xbox character is not existent, right? Well, neither is my PlayStation character at this point, but.
We're gonna start with a new character because it's I think it's 3 characters you could create.
Yeah.
In the game, and
yeah. But I don't want you guys to have to start over. I
already beat the game.
Well, it's been so long since I played the beginning of the game, so it would be fun to kind of start from the beginning again. Because I honestly forget what exactly happens in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right, and
it's been so long since I started.
Yeah, and I think there might be some achievements with multiplayer. So, and that I don't have.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, but anyways, back to my point with squad goals is it's been I've played games with friends, but they're usually a lot of my friends are a lot better at games than me, or super competitive, or have low tolerance for people who are bad at games, and that always stresses me out, right? When we're doing no offense to my other friends that are playing games, but they stress me out because I know I'm never going to be as good at games as they are. So it's really stressful. But this is the last, how long we've been doing this now? 2 or 3 months, squad goals. It's been the best co-op gaming experience I've had since I was a little kid. And It's just so much fun, man. Like playing through these campaigns and playing these games and watching us do dumb stuff and nobody really caring that we're doing dumb stuff.
And I agree with that.
Like when we pushed Ed off the ledge in Halo 4.
That mess.
Or in Halo 3 when Jesse got up to go like get a drink or something and Ed and I just chucked grenades at him for 3 minutes. It's just a good time.
Him up. I mean, and I love that. But PUBG is just garbage. So
it's not garbage. It's fun. It's just not for you.
It's exactly.
It's a solid. It's one of the best 6.5 video games I've ever played.
Oh dang!
I mean, like the gameplay loop is there. Like it's super fun. The gameplay loop and like it's still in preview program. I'm not gonna judge the game until it has a 1.0 release, and then maybe they'll fix a ton of things and make it run as well as the PC version and. It'll be fun, and I'll still play it. I think it's fun. I like the loop there, and like I get that it's not the greatest game on Xbox. Like it's just not like it's not like I mean it's not trying to be, but like I don't know. I think it's the gameplay loop is there, and it's fun enough to like get past the jank. Yeah.
I can't get past the jank because when you just popping in textures and somehow I'm running now I'm in midair because I walked on the table. That's jank.
Halo 5's a good time though.
Oh, Halo 5 is always a good time. Yes.
Well, and the only thing is I mean like also with Battle Player Unknown. Like it's like everyone realizes that it's janky and it's not trying to come off as not being janky. I mean, like that's just part of the like what it is right now until it's finished.
But for 40, I would have said okay. I would understood if the game was $19.99. I would understand if it was that price.
It's only $29.99 though. It's not a full price game, like at all.
I thought they were charging $40 for it.
No, it's $29.99
when it first came out.
Nope.
No.
And like if you buy an Xbox One X, you get it for free. So, I mean, there's that, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
But the thing is that there's plenty of games that are considered finished that are just as janky.
Yeah, like every Elder Scrolls game that's come out in the last decade.
So I'm going to play PUBG 2. It's not free anymore. Unfortunately, everybody, I will have to pick up Fortnite and give it a go with these two.
Look, Fortnite. I think Fortnite's going to be a lot better for you because it's a lot cleaner, more polished game. But it's not trying to do the things that PUBG is trying to do either.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I just hope that there's more action because it's just like
there is.
There's way more action in Fortnite.
The map is half the size of PUBG. So that's why it one runs better right now, and two, it's like literally the second you land, you can be like in a fight with your melee weapon that you start out with like instantly.
Yeah,
like it's nonstop action in that game.
Yeah.
And yes, everybody, I am going to be picking up Overwatch. So
yes,
be prepared for those shenanigans.
That game is awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I don't play it enough, but like I definitely see why it's popular. And
yeah,
for me, Siege was my big one my go-to. That was kind of like that, but
yeah.
But like as if I have people to play Overwatch with, I'm definitely gonna want to play it. So
yeah. Also, I think we're gonna start streaming our Squad Goals recordings too. I want to start streaming it on Twitch. So like in the episodes will still come out like weekly or twice a week. Like you'll just when we stream it, you'll just see like us recording multiple episodes of it, so it'll still be like super fun for everybody, but we still need to get back to Sea of Thieves too.
yeah
I know. There's so many games and like it's so hard when like we only really have like 2 nights to do stuff, and one night we're recording the podcasts and the other nights we're doing Squad Goals, but
Yeah, and coming up like this year, there might be some times where we can coordinate, and I might be able to just take some random like Fridays or something off.
Yeah,
like where we can all try to plan something, because normally me and my family go to my wife's families for summer, for like we'll go there for like a week or a week and a half. But with her, we're doing a surrogacy, and she's doing as a surrogate, and unfortunately my Michigan isn't quite as welcoming about people being surrogates. Like, you can, if you're doing it and getting paid in any way for doing it, like even if it's just like medical bills or any of that stuff, it's considered illegal there. And so they can refuse to help you, like if you were to have any kind of like issues, I guess. So I'll have like some time off that I normally would be using for that. So like hopefully we can maybe get some more other stuff in. So I'm hoping.
And like I say, everybody, I'm a team player. I'm doing it for squad goals. I'm having fun with these guys doing it. I may get annoyed and irritated and like bah and yell, but as long as I'm doing it with these guys and other players and and if they're enjoying themselves, that's all that is all that matters. Me, I love my taste. It's my taste in different video games. When I see jank or garbage, I call it jank and garbage, and I stand by it. So, but
as we established on Pal Block earlier this week, Ed's favorite word is garbage.
Yes,
his favorite word. Sorry, we still love you anyway.
I want to do an episode where we just have it all out, and we just name the games that we hate and think that is complete garbage, whether someone else like it or not. Let's have a garbage episode. So let's get it all.
Of them that come to mind.
Let's get it all out of our system, but that's in the future. But we're going to actually get into what's been in our arsenal. I kicked the elephant out the room. That's all done. So yes, everybody, I'll start. Battle Chasers, Halo 5, Gears 2, God of War for PS4, Breath of the Wild for Switch, Ikaruga I played, and let's see, what else did I play? Shovel Knight, Graceful Explosion Machine I played, and that's pretty much what I've been playing at this time. I'm trying to finish up some more games, and then I promise this time I'm going to start it to Quantum Break, and Jesse, we need to team up so we can do State of Decay before 2 comes out.
Yeah.
And it's still, yeah, because I got 2 copies of State of Decay, physical copies.
Remind Jesse, remind me to give you the Twitch stuff when in the YouTube stuff. Like I need to invite you to be an admin on the YouTube page and and give you the Twitch login stuff.
Okay, all right. I
keep meaning to do that, and I just keep getting sidetracked. And if you're watching the video version, this little side project behind me is kind of taking over my life for the next 25 years, I would say.
Wow.
So, yeah. Gosh, 25 years. I'm going to be 56. Jeez.
I would be 63.
Welcome to episode 2000 of Arsenal X.
Hello, welcome to Arsenal X. We talk about the Xbox future.
Why can't I get this thing off my face? I don't know what it is.
PUBG has now just hit version 4.0.
There's now 1,000 people on this island. I don't know what it is.
And now people are falling through the island. It's still Jay. Oh, just kidding. Jesse, what's been in your arsenal?
I've been playing Zeo Drifter on Switch mostly, and honestly, I think that's pretty much it. I've been busy this week with work. Like I've been working like 11, 12-hour days, like every day.
So much fun.
Have you been going?
I mean, technically, I had Monday off. That's why I was working so long the rest of the week, because we had, that lovely snowstorm where 2 feet of snow dropped on our grounds, where we had zero.
Did you
we had zero snow before that.
Did you see some of the pictures from Minnesota?
Yeah.
Like I thought the ones that you showed us was bad. Dude, the muds in Minnesota was looking crazy.
Yeah.
They were so bad that I don't even think anyone could even get out their house. That's how bad the snow was.
Yeah, I mean it was like that in a lot of places here, but we luckily, with like the snow plows and everything, like they literally kept on it like nonstop, all weekend. So that's really what saved us is that we have, like our city is pretty good at removing the snow and stuff like that. But I mean, there was areas where the drifts were like probably 4 or 5 feet. I mean, I have a cousin that lives kind of out in the country area, and they literally had to shovel their way out of their houses so they could even get through their door to get out of the house to start anything outside. So like they had to do the snow that was in their doors before they could do their driveway or do their everything.
Which is
else.
weird that you had all that snow, because we barely had anything. Like we barely had any snow, and we're like right next to Wisconsin, so we're just like, well, that's why I looked. I'm like, how the heck did you get that much snow? And I'm looking outside. I'm like, well, we got snow, but it ain't that bad.
Well, that's like where Corey is too. Like the one day he said it was like 60 something and like raining or whatever, and then here it was like all that rain was snow, and it was like 30 degrees or whatever. So yeah, it's weather. It's
exactly.
But yeah, so like I've been busy all week. Normally I'd be playing like at least a little Far Cry 5 or something or whatever, but yeah, I just basically, thankfully the Switch is portable, so I would do my laundry and just play that while I'm doing my laundry or whatever. So
all right. And Craig, what's been in your arsenal?
Just basically what we've been playing for squad goals. I've been playing a lot of God of War lately too, for that small PlayStation exclusive that nobody really cares about right now. I'm just kidding. That game is really good, and by the time this episode goes up, I'm hoping to have the review up for it. I've been playing that just because I'm trying to review it. So, but other than that, Halo 5 multiplayer, Overwatch multiplayer, like so much multiplayer on Xbox right now, and I took the time to learn a couple of the specialists in Siege, and so like I've found a couple that I really like to use. That's a fantastic game, and like I'm glad, like and when we turned it on the other day, I popped like 5 achievements because they finally unlocked everything. So that was funny. Ed, we started playing Gears 1, and I forgot how much I just love that game, even though like in the last like 13 years and 5 games later, like that game's evolved so much that there's this like, oh, when you're down, you can't crawl away. Like that sucks. But,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And like the first game is so slow and like cumbersome and tanky and clumsy, like compared, not at the time, but with playing Gears 4, where everybody feels so much faster and more agile, and just the little things that they've tweaked over the years. Just going back to that first game is fun, but not something I'd want to stick with. So that's been really fun. And then I think think that's about it. PUBG too, but you can watch our squad goals on those. So it's fun. It's a good time. YouTube or ngrradio.com/squad goals. I've now separated all of the games that we've played by game. So like you can watch the whole Squad Goals playlist, or you can just watch the Halo 3 campaign or the Halo 4 campaign, or our Squad Goals or our PUBG shenanigans or our Fortnite shenanigans. So,
and everybody, you might have to turn your mic down because this is how literally, just an example, then we're going to get to some Arsenal news. This is how everything went. Jesse, tell us when to drop. That's what Corey says. Jesse,
drop.
Okay, we all drop. And I'm just like, okay, figuring out the parachute thing. I finally get into the game. What the heck is this mess? What is this slowdown?
Not only were you trying to figure it out, but you were also like when we were like in the buildings, you were like on the other side of the hill because like you were following us, but the map is so big that sometimes you just get lost trying to find everybody, and you're just on the other side of the hill. It's so good. And
I'm just like. And I'm yelling, and Corey, I could just picture him, just the headphones off his head, cracking up, and you could just hear Jesse with the giggles, just having a good time. And I'm just yelling. I'm like, what is this pop-up? What is, like, it went from 30 frames per second to like 2 frames per second. I'm like, what the heck is with this quality? Like, the quality dropped bad. So be prepared for some anger and some laughs. That's all I'm going to mention. So, but we're going to get into some Arsenal news. Everybody, I'm happy to say I love this Xbox Live Games with Goals for May. Yes, they did announce the games that are coming, and they got a really good lineup. Games with Gold is going to be included in Vanquish, Metal Gear Solid 5, and some other games like Streets of Rage. This article comes from Game Informer. The rewards for being an Xbox Live Gold member includes 2 third-person games with a lot of style and 2 games that aren't that. Although it was included as PlayStation Plus game a few months back, Xbox One players can finally pick up Metal Gear Solid 5 for free, and you should because it's a good game. If you're looking for something to sink your teeth into this May and don't own a PS4, this is a good bet. It will be available from May 16 through June 15. If you're looking for something short and sweet, however, Sega Platinum Starter Shooter Vanquish should fit the bill on Xbox 360. It is going to be Xbox One compatible too. While it's not as good as in Metal Gear Solid 5, it's picked up a small cult following, and who knows, you might find yourself in it if you pick it up. It will be available May 16th through the 31st. The last 2 games for the month are Super Mega Baseball 2 and Sega Ventures Collection version of Streets of Rage. So those 2 would be from May 1st through May 15th, so you guys could check that game out. Thoughts for this? I'm super stoked for Vanquish and Streets of Rage. I am so happy. I love Vanquish. And Jesse, you said you never played it, right?
No, I haven't. But yeah, all these games are something that I'm probably definitely for sure gonna actually play, because a lot of the times, like many people, I'm sure I'll download a game or like click it to download and then just cancel it. So then I have it. I can load it later if I want to, but I usually don't download them. But these ones I'll probably download and actually play them. So
yeah, Vanquish is like kind of like 5 to 6 hours of a game. It's long enough, but it's really, really fun, and you kind of would be amazed, be like, dang, Platinum was able to make a environment look that big on this system, and it plays really good. I played it for PS3, so I'm glad that's coming to Xbox One for free, because I want to play it on hard. I got to the last level on hard for PlayStation 3, but couldn't defeat him. So I'm gonna try to do it for Xbox One. Corey, any thoughts?
I mean, I know a lot of people like Metal Gear 5, and like, I don't know, I didn't really quite like what I played of it as much as I like the gameplay side of it as much as I like Gears or something. But like, you know, Vanquish is also a beloved game, and like I'm glad to see, you know, I think maybe if they get Vanquish, that rumor that was happening like 4 or 5 months ago that maybe Vanquish might be coming to Xbox One as an exclusive could be possible, or at least it being announced on the Xbox stage. You know, maybe it's not exclusive, but you know,
Be like a time exclusive.
yeah. I think it would be cool. I am really down to see Vanquish come back. So this is a good. This is a good chance for people to play it.
Yes.
Well, and I honestly think that like right now, Xbox is like their thing that they've kind of got in their favor is that it's going to be easier for a developer to make a game like, you know, with the One X and stuff like that, and like really have it perform to the way that they want it to. And so, you know, I could see that being a big draw this cycle for the for, you know, people bringing exclusive or timed exclusive anyway things to here, because we could see kind of the same thing where like they'll be exclusively to Xbox One, but then when PS5 comes out, then those will eventually be ported over to there, and you know, and then people can play them later, kind of like what we're getting with some of the PS5 exclusives, you know, or 4 exclusives, where now we're getting some of those that you know, now the system can handle them, you know, a little better and you know, have better performance. So
yeah.
Well, we're gonna move on to the next one. And Corey actually brought this one to my attention, and this was a big shock to me. Firewatch creator Campo has been acquired by Valve. Firewatch development studio Campo, which is currently working on first-person adventure game In the Valley of the Gods, has been acquired by Valve. The news comes directly from Campo, who posted a full announcement on their blog. Originally founded by members of Telltale Studio, Campo elaborated on why they decided to join up with the larger studio again. They not only like video games, but the idea of making their customers happy. From the day-to-day production of our last game, Firewatch, to the way we run the company, make merchandise, meet players at expos and shows, send out a quarterly literal journal, throw open to the public game demos in the middle of an artificial forest, all of it is geared towards surprising, delighting, and entertaining the customers who have shared in our success, the studio said. In us, the studio goes on to say, Valve found a group with unique experience and valuable, diverse perspectives. It quickly became an obvious match. The studio did answer a few of the questions the community might have about the future of the studio. In the Valley of Gods is still in production, but will now be a Valve game, while Firewatch will continue to receive support. Additionally, the company will continue to produce its regular quarterly review, regular articles exploring topics from within and without the video game industry, written by writer Duncan Fife, as well as its regular blog content. So, you know, it's good. Santo team up with Valve, but as an Xbox player, that kind of brings, well, as a gamer in general, that brings me a lot of concern, because now what happens? Are they still going to do Firewatch for Switch, and get it out? And if In the Valley of the Gods is going to be like kind of published by Valve, now is that game only going to be stuck on PC? And what happens to their future content? I know Steam would get it first, but is Valve going to allow to let those games be available for console in general? What you guys think?
I think they're gonna still do like kind of like what they've done in the past, where there will be a console version of their games, like Portal and all those games that in the past. I think it kind of, because I mean I know that like they're hopeful that that Steam machines and all that kind of stuff, that they could survive on that stuff alone and not have to worry about console, but I'm pretty sure that they've got to know that's just not going to happen. Like, I just don't think that they're going to be able to, like, too many people would be upset, I think, that if they did like completely cut those kind of games off, because there are a lot of people that just either A, don't want to play on PC, or B, can't afford to play on PC. So, I don't know. I just don't think it would be a good move for them. Like, especially if they're going back into the business of making games, like, they're going to want to make games.
Right, and because Valve is not part of the consoles, so like Valve is not a Nintendo publisher. Don't publish their games on Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft for the consoles. So now, do all three of them now have to go to Valve in order to get like their products on their consoles?
No,
because Firewatch, it is Campo Santos, but if that's going to be under Valve and it's supposed to come out for Switch, what happens to the business deal now with that?
Well, I just think that Campo Santo they now have the backing of a big company. It's no different than, well, it's probably a little bit different, but like theoretically, it's no different than BioWare is now making a game. It was bought by EA, and now they're working on projects, and they're just being published by EA. It's no different than Bungie going out and saying, hey, Destiny is now being published by Activision, but we still have creative control. I think, and to that extent, I think Valve will let Campo Santo be more creative and allow them to have a bigger budget to flesh out their vision. So, I mean, I think this is good for Campo Santo, because I think Valve will allow them to take, like, they're not going to close them after their first quote unquote failure, right? They're not going to close them because they make so much Dota money and so much, money for the international and Team Fortress hats and money off their back catalog and Steam in general, that like they're just like, okay, yeah, we'll publish your next game because it allows gamers, we're showing gamers goodwill by publishing games again almost, and like, you're a beloved developer, and we want to help you fund your game and see it to its fullest potential. They're not going to tell them what to do. Is Valve going to allow them?
Is Valve going to allow them to publish it on console?
Yeah,
because I
think Valve knows, and like by Valve I mean like Gabe Newell, because he's running the machine. I think he knows that like a vast majority of people still don't play PC games, and so I think Valve, even though Steam is such a critical hit, I think that Valve games in particular, besides Dota, I guess, are like so kind of, they still have a following, but they're not like it's still considered like a niche product to like Valve stuff, and Valve used to be like a top tier developer like Blizzard, I would say. Like people revered Valve games the way that people still revere Blizzard games, right? And so I think that them not publishing a game for so long, their fan base has shrunk, and so it would benefit them to put their games on more platforms to get that goodwill back. And I think they're smart enough to do that. I don't think they're dumb enough to say it's Steam exclusive, you can't play it anywhere but here. Well,
I think in the Valley of the Gods, we'll see how that goes. Because of Valve is doing the publishing. That's why I asked. Now, do Valve have to become one of Microsoft's or Nintendo's and Sony's party publishers in order to get those games out? Because set by the way that it sounds, that Campo Santo can't release any games if Valve doesn't publish them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's fine, but like at the same time, it's like Valve is going to publish a game, and they go to Valve, and Valve's going to greenlight it, and they have creative freedom just with the budget of a big, like a publisher is going to give them money to do it, And I
understand that. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't think that Valve is going to come down and crack down on studios the way that EA kind of has in the past, or Activision or anything. Like, I think they're going to allow them to have creative freedom, because I think that's just the way Valve operates.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean that you always got to remember that if someone wants to play it on PC, you're still going to be forced to go through them to play it on PC. And so like that alone like gives them the opportunity to have that extra money to kind of, in a sense, throw away, to put it on consoles, because it like Corey said, I mean, they're kind of gonna have to a little bit go through the Xbox or the Microsoft thing, where a lot of people like don't really pay attention to Valve anymore because they're just not very prevalent right now. So they're gonna have to give people options to get people interested again, at least for now anyways. So
Okay. Well, we'll see in the future. But congratulations to Campo Santo. Hopefully them and Valve continue to bring out some great games, and hopefully they continue to support console. That's all I hope. That's all I wish for. So we're gonna move on to this next story. Map selection coming to PUBG. In a blog post on Steam, PUBG Court has not only announced that the PC version of the title is getting map selection, but the post explains the process of doing so. The developer says the actual final UI may be different in the game from the one that you see now, but you can select multiple maps, and the game will readily select one for you. No specific time frame has been announced for the feature, but it should be available soon. First on the test server, and then for everyone shortly after. And the only reason why I brought this up, because I'm assuming this will also be coming to Xbox, probably down the feature this year. Do you think this game needs a map selection? Because this game don't really have that many maps at this time.
I think. Look, I mean, there's only one map on Xbox right now, but I think a lot of people are coming from an angle on PC, at least from like this. The second map that they released is, at least in terms of what PC players want, is not a great map, and they want to go back to the first map, and there's no way to do that, and they were trying to kind of force people to play the second map because it's the new map. They want people to experience it, and kind of, people are less likely to get the first map because they want them to experience the new map. And then, they have that third map coming to PC, and around the time that the second map is coming to Xbox. So, I think it's a good thing. I think you should always be able to like select what map you prefer, at least like. And maybe not like a map selection, but in Call of Duty they had map voting. In Halo they used to have map voting. So like, I think that at least give people the option to vote for maps, and maybe, because you want people to queue into all the maps, and people can't always play the same map all the time. But I think at least map voting is a good decision. But if they're gonna add like map select, like, yeah, I'm all for it, man. Because there's been times when I'm playing multiplayer games and I'm like, oh man, I gotta play this map again, and like, it kind of sucks. But again, that's multiplayer games with like 20 maps and not 3. So
yeah.
That's my main issue that I run into is a lot of these games. like Siege is one of them, where like if you guys play multiplayer with me eventually, there's gonna be maps that you're never gonna get to play on because they've like literally completely taken them out of the circulation. So like all those earlier maps, a lot of them you don't even get to play anymore because they've came up with so many other maps that to cycle in, and unfortunately a lot of times they've got to cycle them out. But I think the best thing to do in this case would be to just have it where you basically have the voting system. Mm-hmm. Where that way if enough people do want to play on the new map, well then you'll have to play on the new map, because I understand it, that would suck as a developer to put all this time into making this new map and then no one wants to play it. It's you'd want people to at least give it a try. Yeah. First before just completely disregarding it. So I understand from that point of view where they spent time to make something and they would hope that it would at least get played for a while, and just as a developer they should just be taking feedback, and if they have to take it out for a while and let people go back to the map that they like, and then tweak it and change it to what the people are wanting, which I think they kind of have done already, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit different from when it first came out on the PC, but because I think there was something to do where they were trying to add more cover or something like that, because one of the issues with it was there's not enough cover or stuff to kind of conceal yourself, when you're in an big open area, if there's nothing to really kind of use to your advantage to try to hide or whatever,
it's just unfair getting killed.
It turns out to just be who gets lucky and ends up killing the other person first. So I get that. I can understand why people would be upset about stuff like that, because it's just kind of like the whole point of the game is to kind of have stuff to be running through and kind of conceal yourself if you want to, but you can also be the person who just goes out guns blazing in the open and just try to take out whoever you can. So
you go guns blazing with a steady frame rate.
So it's I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna listen to people and try to change things, but I don't know enough about the stuff on PC, and that's kind of unfortunately that's mostly I think what this is more geared towards, and then hopefully when it does come to Xbox it'll all be resolved and figured out by then. So I
think we probably won't get all of that stuff until sometime in the fall.
Yeah,
they'll probably announce it at E3 and then we'll try to get all of it to the fall.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to jump into our last story. Everybody who watched Arsenal X last week, we talked about how Ninja Theory will donate $25,000 if they get 50 units sold. Well, congratulations. Ninja Theory donated $25,000 from Hellblade's Xbox One sales to Mental Health America. 50,000 units did sell on the Microsoft platform, so that's really good. This story comes from Destructoid. This month saw the release of BAFTA award-winning Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on Xbox One. After shifting over 50,000 units in first few weeks, developers Ninja Theory are to donate thousands of dollars to the Mental Health American organization. The somber adventure title, which launched last year on PS4 and PC, stars a young warrior woman who embarks on a nightmarish journey to save the soul of her lover, battle otherworldly monstrosities, and a crippling anguish within her own mind, a psychosis which she believes to be a curse. The game was lauded for assistive treatment of mental illness attained through the developers working alongside neurosurgeons and those who are affected themselves. This isn't the first time Ninja Theory have donated money from Hellblade sales to mental health charities. On World Mental Health Day in 2017, the proceeds from all sales of the game within a 24-hour period were given to UK charity We Think, an organization that have required the aid of many times. Ninja Theory has stated that although they didn't reach their intended goal of 100,000 units, they will donate a further 50,000 whenever they hit that milestone. So, I mean, that's like 25,000, and the game only has been out for about a week. You know, that's major. So, congratulations to Ninja Theory getting those sales, and hope more good stuff come out of it. You know, and if anyone who's having problems with their mental health and stuff, I do recommend, you know, go see a therapist, go talk to your doctor and stuff. You know, take really care of yourself, because there's a lot of mental problems going along nowadays, and we really want to see people really get better with their issues.
Well, and the main thing is, you know, like I've dealt with it, and you know, and myself, and one of the main things that, you know, that as a person who's dealing with depression, a lot of times you're afraid, or you think that you're weak for talking about your feelings, or you know, any of that stuff. So I suggest, you know, if you're dealing with something, you know, you're gonna feel 100 times better if you just talk about it, and you know, it will help. It's not gonna be an end all cure all right away, but it definitely helps to talk about things, and you know that just because you're dealing with that, you're not weak in any way, or you know, like all those negative stereotypes and stuff, or just throw those all away, because it's just, you know, like luckily we're getting to a point now where a lot of that stuff is kind of going away. It's not, you know, like people are realizing what it is a little bit better now because of things like this happening, where they talk about it in games, or you know, famous people come forward and talk about things, and you know, and just, you know, it's a pretty good time to, you know, nowadays to really get the kind of information you need and stuff like that for things like this. So yeah, it's, you know, it's awesome when this kind of stuff happens, and I'm glad, and I hope, you know I want to buy this game as soon as I get the cash to do it too. So go out and support the cause, because it's definitely worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Jesse. I don't really have anything else to add, but I do agree with Jesse, and like, this game is, I mean, this studio and this game and everything that they both stand for, and what they're doing for mental health is just a positive force in that movement. I guess it's not really a movement, but like, you know, I mean, like the way they're supporting this, and you know, talking about mental health and your feelings and all that stuff is not, it shouldn't have the stigma that's attached to it. You know, it should be an open conversation to get the proper help that you need, and so I'm glad they're doing this.
Yeah.
So that was our Arsenal news. So we're gonna get into our final section of today's topic, our Arsenal exchange. Before the release of God of War, there was a post on IGN's Facebook, Instagram account that Ryan McCaffrey had to apologize for. He didn't post it, but it somehow showed up on those accounts. Some saw it as a joke, but others, it may have been seen as offensive, and more. The response to it has been varied. So I asked you guys, how should context be taken? And to give you guys a better understanding, you probably see it around that they had a picture shown on God of War on PS4, and then they had a half mark on the other side that said Xbox, but it was black. And me and Jesse was talking about it because people were just like, well, you know, you really can't take a joke and all of this and all of that. People who can't take a joke are pussies and all. And it's just like, well, definitely for us being on this network and the positions that we hold, I feel like sometimes you got to be professional in how you respond, regardless of when we're talking to each other. And yes, I do say garbage and I do say jank and stuff like that. But I'm
making it a T-shirt that just says that game is garbage and garbage, and just have like 5 A's.
Yeah, but I always try to be, at least I do try to be professional about how I say it. I do try to give, when I give my opinion, I do try to at least present something that's going to sound logical and reasonable, and I'm always going to respect the other person. I'm always going to take their opinion into consideration also, because they do bring some valid points about stuff. This PS4 Xbox One picture with God of War and being black, and the picture, I guess if people want to find that funny, that's fine. I kind of see it a little bit as unfair, because it brings a negative context to PS4 owners, that just because you got a exclusive game coming out and nothing's coming out for Xbox, you know, you validate yourself that, yeah, we got exclusive games, you guys got nothing. I'm just like, well, we already had our exclusive game when Sea of Thieves came out, you know. So, you know, Sea of Thieves and God of War, I'm like, God of War got delays, Sea of Thieves got delays. They both came out in their respectable time, and we should be. When Sea of Thieves came out, PS4 players should have been like, hey, Xbox players, do have fun. Congratulations, you guys got an awesome game coming out. Look at the review scores might be average, but over time, the game is going to get better. That's how some games are like that, or that for. But just be positive, to be like, hey, you guys picking up Sea of Thieves, awesome that you guys, and that's cool that you guys are getting it for free. It's a play anywhere title. That's awesome. I would love to hear that with PS4 players, because as an Xbox player, I was rooting people for PS4 for getting God of War. Hey, you guys are getting a masterpiece, or you guys are getting a great title. I really hope that you guys dig in, have fun, and let it create a discussion. Congratulations that you guys, and congratulations to Santa Monica and stuff. Same as I would say congratulations to Rare and stuff. Even congratulations to Nintendo, because people have been enjoying Nintendo Labo and stuff. You know, there's a respect level. I would never want to, definitely as a host on this show, I don't want to be posting stuff like that, because that's not fair to my viewers, that's not fair to the viewers, the listeners, to all the gamers in this community who make up this who make this stuff up, who support all these companies and stuff that produce these video games and stuff. It just feels unfair. So when you post something like that, just because you're trying to have an intent as a joke, it's not fair. It to me, it's not funny. You know, you gotta if you're gonna do something in that kind of context and stuff, there's better ways of doing it. You know, if you want to see it as a joke, then make something that's going to make people from both sides really laugh and be like, oh, I get it. Then you can understand. But when you do something kind of unfunny and, I don't want to say disrespectful, but kind of like misleading, it doesn't become fair to certain people.
Yeah, and like my only thing that I like mainly wanted to add to this, like with it, like like you can I honestly, I can see the humor in like what was posted and everything, but you know, that joke now has been said, like, you know, for how many years now. It's not a new joke. Like, and this is what I basically said on it, you know, like, after hearing a joke, you know, like 300 times, it just isn't funny anymore. Like it it doesn't matter who's saying the joke. Like even the funniest comedians in the world, like if I heard a joke like 500 times, I'm pretty sure after like the 300th, 400th time, it's just not gonna be as funny to me, because it's just not gonna, it's old, and that's just how I felt about this. Like I honestly don't care if people want to post that on Facebook or whatever, but like when you're IGN and you're supposed to kind of be playing like down the middle on things and be celebrating games like on all consoles, like it's just not something, in my opinion, that should be coming from them. Like I don't know. It just to me it's just like it's like, and I said this too, like it's damaging, in my opinion, to IGN, like with their relationships, and people disagreed with me when I said that, and that's why I said that I don't know who posted, but I don't think it was any of the editors or anything that posted it from IGN to their Facebook and Instagram. Because that's why like when Ryan McCaffrey even posted that apology, me and Josh Brett were trying to figure out what the heck happened, because we didn't even know nothing.
Which account posted this?
It.
IGN posted? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, because like that doesn't sound like something Ryan McCaffrey would do, because he's like out of everybody that's like still at IGN, like he's like even like from the old days, like he's been like my favorite personality there, like he's like one of, like I listen to everything he does, even the stuff he does outside of IGN I listen to, like I have no interest in cars whatsoever, but he does that Tesla podcast that's like super interesting, and just he like, I just love listening to him and how deep he goes down the rabbit hole on things. And Unlocked is probably my favorite podcast that they do now, like, and not to just, I'm not talking down about the other podcasts or anything, but he just, like, everything he does is so organized and professional and fun, and like the new kind of crew that he has on there now is like it. I don't think Unlocked's ever been better. And like, I'm glad that he kind of stepped up and took the front of it, of like apologizing for IGN, because like I agree with you. I don't think whoever was running their social media stuff that day made a bad move, and like we've all done that, to an extent, and it happens, but at the same time, it's like you guys said, IGN is like the pinnacle of what games, like, I don't want to say journalism, because they're not really journalists. They're just like the pinnacle of games coverage, I should say. Like that's what everybody kind of strives to be, like, in some shape or form, and for them to do something like that, it's like this isn't like some random Facebook group that you're in and like somebody that nobody knows is trolling you super hard. This is like a big corporate top of the food chain games coverage thing, and it's just like, I mean, honestly, I don't really care, but like I understand why people do care, and like it's just it's kind of unprofessional, I would say. And for a company that's like kind of had an image issue for the last like 6 months or so, especially with like all the harassment things that were going on for a while, and I mean, I don't need to go into it, like that's not really my business. I don't work for them. I'm not trying to work for them or anything, but for them trying to get out from underneath that and then finally kind of doing it, and now like this kind of thing happens and people are mad, like, I don't know, just be careful, I guess.
I think we're not, because the reactions to it, that people were just, there were just people who were just being kind of negative.
Yeah, negative people, on the internet?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was some kind of pride to them. And it was just, and when you're trying to be prideful because you got a game release, because a good game is coming out, it's just like you can't say that this is just a joke, because it might seem as a joke to you, but it's kind of unfair to the people who are in this community, because if that is considered as a joke and many people are just in the things that's being said, someone else might view that as toxic.
Yeah,
and we're already dealing with that attitude. We don't have to get into it.
No, we just don't even know if that was the joke they were intending on either, right? Because like, it's like one of them dumb images that says like, "Oh, God of War is exclusive to PS4," and then they show all kinds of like black images around around it, and it's like, God of War's not on Switch, God of War's not on Xbox One, God of War's not on PC. Like, maybe that was the intended one and everybody just took it the wrong way. Like, I don't know. People
seen it as that that there's a game coming out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox once again don't have nothing coming out.
But they do. Xbox does have a lot coming out. Xbox has a lot coming out. Like, when State of Decay comes out, are they gonna? When State of Decay comes out, are they gonna make the same joke? Like, I mean, I don't think just State of Decay is going to be on the same level of God of War by any means, but like, it's still a game that's coming out on Xbox that's not coming to PS4.
Well, that's the thing about it, because being as PS4 is considered as the leading platform and stuff, anything that comes out for that system just makes them look like they're king, make them look like they're the best, and anything else that comes outside of PS4 shouldn't get that respect.
Yeah, they basically say that it's not worth even showing a picture of or talking about. Basically, is what the joke is. You know, that anything that comes out for PlayStation is a must-have, and anything that comes out for Xbox is shit before it's even released.
Right, and it's it's kind of unfair for the people who purchased the Xbox, and it's really unfair to people who actually bought the PS4 or even have all three systems, because it's just like we're trying to move away from this image as gamers, and for you to be an adult or even from 17 and up, for you to be in that age to act this kind of manner, people don't want to be around that. It's taken us years to get away from that, and we're still fighting that battle to get away from it. We're always trying to tell people that, hey, yes, play whatever you love to play on any platform, but let's get to the level where if a game comes out for another system, regardless of what that game is and what the review score is, if people are enjoying it, support them in their enjoyment. Be like, oh, that's cool, because like I said, I might call Bloodborne garbage or all of that, but I let Matt and Moose completely know, hey, I shut y'all out on Optional Opinion, and I show y'all mad love. I love the fact that you got a love for this game and you know it inside out, because there may be a day that I need you guys, and I don't want my opinion might be my opinion, but I'm like, I want to play with you guys soon, or I might need your help, or I might change my mind, and I love that you guys enjoyed this game. That you guys got this knowledge, because there may be something that I need research for, and I can't go through 18 hours of playing this game to get to that research, but you guys do, and I enjoyed that about them. I told that to Meta Moose. Regardless of what my opinion is about Grand Theft Auto or any other game, but even with PUBG and Fortnite, if you guys are enjoying it, that's super awesome. I love that people are enjoying the games that they want to play. Like I always say, hey, if I'm not buying your game, I have no right to judge you on how much fun that you're having on it, because that's not $60 coming out of my pocket. That's yours. Enjoy whatever you need to buy. Until I start buying your games, then I can say and dictate what I want about your opinion about a game, because it came out of my pocket. But if it's not coming out of my pocket,
or if it's free play that week,
Right. have all the fun. But I have got to the point where I'm doing my best to respect everybody and enjoy everybody what they love playing and saying yes and supporting them and sending likes and tweets and everything. You know, I encourage that, because sometimes games that's not meant for us, that's meant for others, it's great research, it's great podcast material, it's great discussions to learn, and maybe sometime in the future you might go back to that game and want to play it, and you could see stuff like that might bring out some positivity.
I mean I don't really have much more to say on this, but like, just look and play what you play, enjoy what you play, like, and don't feed the trolls. Like, that's the big thing here. And like, that was a pretty big meal to feed a troll. And like, just like, I don't know. It's hard to talk to the internet because they're just gonna eat up what you say and spit it out and be worse. But like, we all enjoy playing games. We all enjoy playing different games. Just have fun with what you're playing. You know, there's games that Ed likes that I can't stand. There's games that Jesse likes that Ed can't stand. And, you know, we all enjoy different games that, you know, we all enjoy different games, but we all play games. And that's why we do all these shows and all these podcasts and stuff, you know?
And I'm ready to try it, though. If
Wild Arms is such a great game.
Dang it, I ran out of drink.
No, but yeah, like, you know, that's the thing is, like, I get it. It's so easy to fall down that pit of negativity. And like, honestly, like I've gotten to the point of where I just try to stay away from like the PlayStation like based like areas on the internet, because it seems like it's just nothing but waves of negativity. And I just like, it's unfortunate for PlayStation, you know, as a company that, you know, that you've got all that negativity, like, you know, feeding all those people. And, you know, it's harmful to the you know, people who maybe want to go over to the PlayStation. Like I said to Ed, like sometimes I'm like, you know, well, if I did get a PlayStation, I'd probably just play single player games on it. You know, I wouldn't want to really play multiplayer games, because that means I'd have to be dealing with that, you know, with that community of those, you know, those kind of people, and that's just not what I want to be around.
And I'm going to be fair. You know, we experienced this with the 360 community, that there was just negative and toxicity. And I mean, it's still going around. And, you know, regardless of what system you have, regardless of what game sometimes it's play online, you know, we still got bad apples that we are not trying to eat, that we don't want in our we don't want in our fruit. Yeah, you know, we want to play games with other people around the world, and we want to have fun with them.
And that's why, like, you know, with NGR, like the whole group, not just you know, Arsenal X or Pow Block or you know, not just the individual shows, but the whole, like, our whole group that we do stuff with is like, we all try to be positive about everything, you know. And it's not, and like, when we have something negative to say about something, we try to do it in a constructive way, you know. And yeah, I know, you know, NGP pokes fun at Xbox all the time, and we know Moose is like, just wants to murder Xbox sometimes, and we know Ed uses the word garbage a lot, but like, it's all like, those are all kind of like jokes for the group, and we all at least have something critically, like, you know, somewhat educated to say about, you know, if we don't like something, this is why. If we like something, this is why. You know, if you know, Ed doesn't quite like God of War as much as the rest of us, but he has like an educated response to that. Like, look, this is why I feel this isn't as good as, you know, what some people are saying it is, and that's fair.
And I spent my $60 just like everybody else on day one. I actually got to post a statue that you guys got to see. It's kind of nice that I got for Target. And
a statue?
Yeah.
What?
Not the 150 one.
Wait, what?
There's a figure statue that you got for if you bought God of War at Target.
Wait, what?
It's like it's a small Kratos thing. Yeah. It's not the big one or anything like that. But I've always said that if I'm going to make a statement about something, at least let me play it. And I'll purchase it. I said a lot of stuff about Overwatch, and I didn't say it was a bad game. I was just saying I played better, and it was called Borderlands 2. But guess what? I plan on getting Overwatch.
But Overwatch and our argument for that was Overwatch and Borderlands are nowhere close to being the same game. Like at all. Not at all, dude. Like I will fight you to the end of the world on that.
You could literally fight me to the end of the world. I will take you to Wendy's and give you your three McChickens, your chicken sandwiches, and have you sit down. And we can still argue it, but we're gonna argue over some good food, and we're gonna laugh. I just said, but it was my opinion. And until I get Overwatch, that's just my viewpoint of it. But I will get the game and I will play it. It might not change. It might not change my opinion, but at least I'm giving it a try and I'm getting some experience.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to make that viewpoint and if I'm going to make that statement, I'm at least let me try it before I be fully committed to that statement.
Well, and the thing is, you know, like everyone has different tastes in general, and you know, and I think that's like my main issue with like the whole console war thing that kind of like has such a negative effect because like there's this whole idea that because something is popular, that means that it's the best thing that you can get, and nothing else is better than it. Or you know, like the whole idea is that, like there's all different kinds of games. Some of them aren't gonna sell as much as others because not everyone is interested in everything. And for you to say that this game, you know, game A is better than game B because this one sells more, well, that's not exactly true to everyone. And that's what. For whatever reason, like the majority of gamers in general just can't wrap their mind around that concept that just because something is popular doesn't mean anything to everyone. You know,
don't limit yourself to the best. Open yourself up to everything. Play some bad games. Play some mediocre games. Play some good games. Diverse your library.
Well, not even that though, it's because what's good and bad is all completely subjective.
Yeah.
So like literally, like Corey said, just play what you want to play, and you know, it just doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to anyone what. You know, I mean, be happy that people are playing games and enjoying it. It really doesn't affect you what someone else is playing. You know, if you don't like it, how is that affecting you because someone else likes it? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why people have to be attacked just because they're playing something that you're not playing.
Just like Corey said, the internet.
I know, but I'm just saying, you know, that's the thing is people just got, you know, you just got to think about it a little bit. You know, are you just being hurtful to other people, you know, or are you trying to, you know, like be critical about something in a positive way, you know, or trying to break something down and what is it called? The constructive criticism. You know, I don't care for PlayStation, most of PlayStation's exclusives, but when something comes along that they have that's an exclusive, I'm not afraid to say that I like it. You know, like it's getting to the point now of where I do want to get a PS4 eventually because there's enough games finally piling up that I want to get. And I'm not afraid to say that. You know,
Yeah.
it just like people like different things. It's just, you know, that's just the way life is. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just no reason to get all, you know, try to be hurtful all the time about it. So I just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last word, Corey?
Oh, no, I was going to be like, look, I like a lot of the exclusives on PlayStation, but it's not my preferred place to play. You know, like I like God of War. I like the whole series. As you know, I know a lot of people have kind of soured on the series over the years for some reason, because like I don't know why. Like I remember people going crazy when God of War 2 and 3 came out, like super obsessed with how great they were, and now people are like kind of soured on it. But like, I love Horizon. I love the new God of War. Like, I loved Infamous when it came out, Second Son. You know, The Order might be the best 6 video game I've ever played. Like, I think those characters are super interesting, and that story is super interesting. You know, they have a lot of great exclusives. But, like, I prefer to play my multiplayer games on Xbox because, Xbox Live is, you know, better than PlayStation Network in terms of like functionality and you know, not crashing, and you know, I think Xbox Live offers a better service in my opinion. I like playing multiplayer games on the service because I prefer the staggered sticks, I prefer the controller, that's, you know, I mean, that's where my friends are at that play a lot of the games, you know. And like, I struggled for a long time, and even up to like 6 months ago, like when Destiny came out, I struggled because like I have friends on both platforms that play the game, and I bought it on both, and I couldn't keep up with people. You know, I own Overwatch on both. Like there's games that I own on both platforms because I have friends on both platforms. You know, and it's a struggle sometimes to figure out which platform to play it on, and like I'm struggling to like the new Destiny expansion comes out in like a month, and I'm like, well, what do I want to do with that? Because like I still have to level up my character on Xbox, but you know, my friends might want to jump back in on PlayStation when it comes out. Like, what do I do? You know, but for the most part, you know, I play PlayStation for their exclusives. I play Xbox because their online services are better, and that's where the games kind of function better online. And then there's Nintendo that's just like, I mean, we're all huge Nintendo fans, so like, why wouldn't we be playing Nintendo games, you know? So
pretty much.
But anyways, like, yeah, that I didn't mean to drag that out longer. I know you've been going long. I just, you know, love the games you play them where you want to play them, and just have fun and don't feed the trolls.
Well, and honestly, and people can joke about stuff, you know, that's fine. Like, I have no problem with it, you know, but it's just, you know, like kind of like I said in the beginning, after a while, like when a joke is, you know, so many times, then eventually it's just like you got to come up with a different, more, you know, original joke, because it just gets stale after a while. So
yeah, it's like the kid that called me fat for 10 years in school. It's like, really, that's the most creative you can be? That's dumb.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that's going to be it for Arsenal X. We want to hear what you guys think about this Arsenal Exchange.
I just like pizza and hamburgers.
Stuff oh, sure. I love pizza and hamburgers, too. Oh, shoot, dude. I had some chili, honey, chipotle.
I saw your tweet earlier where you're like at Chili's eating the ribs or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I ordered mine to go, to pick up to go. So I got some chicken fajitas and some barbecue ribs, and then Corey was just like chicken bacon ranch quesadillas. I'm like, oh, I should have got that. And then he said egg rolls, and I was just like, dang it! I was upset with myself. The egg rolls is bomb big, dude.
Yeah, they are
literally bomb big. I got home and I made them ribs disappear, and I was just like, I'm not going to make it to Arsenal X if I don't leave my now. So, but everybody, yes, that's going to be it for Arsenal X. I want to hear what you guys think about maybe the controversy, what you think about how they handle situations like this, or how did you guys take stuff? How you take context? You can email the show at arsenalxpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at thatbretchcode. You can follow Jesse at
_humanist.
You can follow Corey at
Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram. Oh, also, by the way, deal of the week. All 3 of the original Mass Effect trilogy for backwards compatibility on Xbox One, $5.99 a piece. So, yeah.
Yes. Guys, do check out Squad Goals. That's on NGR Radio. And check out other shows. Nintendo Power Block just celebrated 100 episodes. So go watch that episode and celebrate with those guys.
Those guys? You mean us?
Those guys. Those guys suck, man.
In case if people don't listen to Nintendo Power Block.
I hate that host, man. He's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, that host is
and that one guy that's lazy and only shows up every once in a while.
Yeah.
When he feels like it.
Yeah.
Screw that guy.
Yeah.
Check out Nintendo Power Block, and for your PlayStation needs, check out Nerds Gone Platinum. For your community needs, check out Nerds Gone Rogue and World 1-1 Podcast. Check out we have our season 2 ready to go, our Pod and Play, so you guys can check that out on YouTube. I mentioned Squad Goals, Trophy Hunters, the debut of Storytellers. Also go check that out. Corey is doing God of War, so if you guys don't have the game but still interested, want to know what the game is about, go look at the video. It's really, really good. And there's more. You can check us all out at ngrradio.com. Read some of our writings and check out some of our videos. Also, everybody, check out Nindy Showcase. Yes, it's going to be our upcoming show for Nindy games on your Nintendo platforms. I'm so proud for that. Yay!
Yay.
And we got more stuff. We got more stuff coming. But yeah, thank you guys once again for checking out Arsenal X. And as always, we throw up the X. Yes, because we're exiting out of here. And with that, everybody, see you next time on Arsenal X Podcast. Bye.